Hello and welcome to Cadenza. Tom Waits is quoted as saying, "For a songwriter, you don't really go to songwriting school. You learn by listening to tunes, and you try to understand them and take them apart and see what they're made of and wonder if you can make one too." That speaks to me. Over the years, how I listen to songs has changed. There are ones I truly enjoy, but I don't pay much attention to. They play, I tap my foot or whatever, hum along, and then it ends and we're on to the next one. Then there are others that make me really dig in. I think about the choices the songwriter made. How did they come up with the tune, the rhythm, the key change if there is one, the lyrics and what they mean, and why did they decide to put that triangle sound right there? How much of this was the result of those happy accidents we all experience when creating something? I don't know. I'm big on the learn by doing school of thought. I've probably said this before, but if I think about something as something I can do, I'm liable to try it. If I don't think I can do that thing, I leave it to someone else. There seems to be a path for everyone out there. Of course, there are things I could probably do or am capable of, like surgery or something, but I wouldn't do it for all the obvious reasons, like it's mostly illegal. Best to stick to songwriting, drawing, cooking, small home repairs, and so on. I've talked a bit about song prompts in the past episodes, and they are great for setting a starting point. But once you start, you have the whole rest of the song you have to finish. You hate to leave things unfinished, but sometimes, even when you start strong, there's no place for the story to go. As I progress through this project, I look at my songs in a more critical fashion. Again, not in a good or bad critical, but a more of a study of how they came to be and what my processes are. What moves me to create something and why it ends up being what it is. When I started writing and recording, the inspiration was curiosity. Can I do that thing? Moving things into the done pile was good. As time goes by, I'm able to consider my songs as less of a series of individual pieces and more of a collective body of work. I see trends. I see where elements of individual style come through, even though I might work with different sounds or genres depending on the needs of the song. I think I see growth and development, but who knows? For instance, I seem to write songs with stories. They may not be whole, complete stories, but they are parts and pieces of stories, a slice of life segments as the people I conjure live them. I think a writer can't help but inject their sense of life experience into their work, but I would never go as far to say that the songs I write are autobiographical. On the other hand, I know there are a lot of biographical songs out there. It's hard to gauge how much of your personal experience goes into the work. Is it you, or is it something you saw in a commercial for sugar-based cereal 2 weeks ago? And so on. I have a good imagination. I have created some great stories. I wrote a story about a man who stumbled into a hospital after a dinosaur bit his hand off. I wrote a story about two elderly women who inherit a machine gun. I wrote a story about how a ghost doll brought two distant people back together again, and another about how two boys deal with the gates of hell opening up in their backyard, to name a few. None of those things happened to me or anyone except for the folks who grace the stories. My job as a writer is to make those things feel as if they could happen. And as far out as any single element might be, what makes the story feel real is how the people behave, how they react to the circumstance, and how they relate to whomever else is involved. Making the circumstances and any emotional representations relatable are what sell it. That is likely the difference between the songs that flow over you and the ones that seem to touch you. You relate more to the ones you connect with in that moment. So I like stories. I like stories about people. And I seem to find the elements of conflict, struggle, and some might say sadness more interesting than regular moments of what some might call happiness. I don't write a lot of abstract stuff because I feel the words are how I'm going to set the stage for making a connection to the listener. At times, the songs reflect the struggles between people, and sometimes they reflect a conflict within the central character which intends to reflect our own daily struggles. These mirror our sense of self-worth, our capacity for understanding, our capacity for forgiveness, our response to hurtful situations, and so on. The story behind Distance reflects the quiet, perhaps unspoken conflict between people who are together but who may be drifting apart. At least one of them seems to think so. Now, one party could be making assumptions about the other party and the status of the relationship, thinking that one person is happy with dreams on moonbeams while the other struggles is probably some level of projection. We will never know. The song reflects the moment, the realization, but not the resolution. The song also serves as a bit of a metaphor for when apart one character longs to be home, yet when home the realization sets in that maybe this home is not the home and the real place of belonging is yet to be found. Of course, too, be careful what you wish for. Life is complex, and that's where the fun is. Let's give it a go. Here's Distance. I've been up way too long, says the clock on the wall, and I must put this old day to bed. I've been out on the road, working hard on the goals, but at night thoughts of you fill my head. There you lie with your head on a pillow. Moonbeams carry your dreams to the sky. Here I lie, searching stars through the window, wondering when they will lead me home. Ooh, ooh. Now you're in the next room making dinner for two, but I still feel like you're miles away. I hold you in my heart every day we're apart, but at home we can't find things to say. There you lie with your head on a pillow. You roll away and I say it's alright. Here I lie, searching stars through the window, wondering when they will lead me home. Ooh, ooh. There you lie with your head on a pillow. Moonbeams carry your dreams to the sky. Here I lie, searching stars through the window, wondering when they will lead me home. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Wondering when they'll lead me home. Till next time, play freely.